Good evening, one and all. This is T. Vamshidhar. Now onwards, I'm going to take COSM class. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss fundamentals of sampling distributions. Fundamentals of sampling distributions. And all of you listen. The timetable has been changed. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. COSM class is 4:20 to 5:20. After 5:20, we'll conduct the quiz. Everyone should write the quiz. Then only you can get attendance of COSM class. That's all of it clear? 4:20 to 5:20, we'll take the class. After that, 5:20, we'll start the quiz. Okay, everyone should attempt the quiz. Then only you can get COSM class attendance. That's not clear? Okay, shall we wait or shall we start the class? Anyone respond in chat box? Because still somebody joining. Yeah, anyone respond in chat box? Okay, we'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, good evening, one and all. Now we'll start the session. Today, we are going to discuss fundamentals of sampling distribution. Yeah, before meet, we completed normal distribution, right? In third unit of part is we completed. This is the second part. Okay, fundamentals of sampling distribution. Now we are going to discuss this one. Yeah, the first definition is population. Yes, anyone, what is the population? That the sampling distribution is depending on some basic definitions. First, we'll start the basic definitions. After that, we'll go to definition. Yeah, any guess what is the population? In simple terminology. Yeah, anyone? Anyone respond in chat box? What is the population? Mr. Morapan, can you hear me? Yeah, please respond in chat box. as what is the population. Now I will give one real life example. Okay, somebody want to purchase a rice bag. Somebody want to purchase a rice bag. They went to a shop. Okay, and shopkeeper shows different things. Okay, different rice bags. Okay, the person will see that one in first bag. How total 4 bags are there. Suppose how to select that one, which rice bag is good. Okay, in first bag, the person will see a handful of rice. They will see like that. They will see that one. They will decide, okay, this rice is good, and they went to they taken the second some rice, handful rice from second bag, and they will once again they will see the person, and they will decide, oh, this rice is very bad. Okay, this see this example. The handful of rice is called sample. Depending on that one, we'll take the one decision. The entire rice bag is called population. Okay, the entire rice bag is called population. Yeah, very good. Yeah, population is entire the rice bag. Okay, so very good. I'll give one more example. KMIT is there, KMIT college. In KMIT total, suppose 10,000 students are there. 10,000 students. In KMIT, I want to find what is the mean height of the student. Okay, the mean height of the student. Okay, in such case, I can't measure each and every student. I can't measure each and every student. Okay, in such case, what we'll do, we'll take some samples from first year, 3 year, some 10 students or 20 students. From second year, some 20 students. From third year, 20 students, like that one. I will take some sample of students. I will measure that students, then I can estimate the population size or something, population parameters. Okay, the entire KMIT college is called KMIT. Okay, right, just a minute. This one, KMIT. This is the population. Just a minute. That is called population. When you are taking some students, some set of students, that is called sample. Okay, that is called sample. Okay, these are simple examples to understand what is the population and what is the sample. Okay, now see here the basic definition, general definition. It consists of totally of the observations with which we are concerned. Or very simple definition, the set of observations under the study. The set of observations under the study is called population. Okay, there is a very simple definition. The set of observations under the study is called population. And see here, the number of observations in the population is defined as size of the population. That is denoted by capital N. Okay, capital N is the size of the population. The size of the population. The population can be finite or infinite. The population can be finite or infinite. Okay. Now, the next definition is sample. Just now already given some real life examples. The small portion from population is called sample. See, this is a general definition. It is a subset of population. It is a subset of population. Subset of population. See, this is a population is there. In this one, we are taking one small portion. This portion is called sample. Okay, the small portion is called sample. It is a subset of population, or very in other definition is also there. A small portion from a population is called a sample. Is called a sample. Yeah, sampling. All of you see that one definition. It is a selection of a subset of individuals from within a population to estimate the characteristics of the whole population. Whole population. Okay, that is called sampling. Okay, just I will give you one example, you can understand. Just now I given one example. In KMIT, I want to estimate the mean height of the students. Mean height of the student. See here, this is a KMIT is a population. I want to estimate. Hello. Yeah, that's mute yourself. Just a minute. To estimate, this KMIT is a population, right? KMIT is a population. Okay. Now I want to estimate in this KMIT, what is the mean height of the student? For that, I'm taking some samples. The sample 1, okay, the sample 2, sample 3. By using this sample data, from this one I can get some data. I can find some characteristics. Okay, mean and variance like that one. From this one also I can get mean or height of the students. From this one I can get some data. Okay, by using this sample data, okay, now we are estimating some parameters about the population. About the population. The process is called sampling. The process is called sampling. Okay. Sampling distribution. Now see here, the next one is random sampling. Is the one in which each unit of the population has an equal chance of being included in it. That means here, when you are selecting a random sample, see here. Okay. So for example, I selected this first random sample from first year or second year. From second year. Okay, when I'm selecting, in suppose in second year, total 700 students are there. Okay, from these second years, I want to select one random sample. Okay, all the 700 students, they have equal chance. Equal chance. There is no biased, unbiased. Okay, equal chance is there. Okay, in that case, this this sample is called random sample. All the students are having equal chance. Equal chance. Now see here the classification of samples. The classification of samples. Samples are classified into two ways or two things. Okay, large sample. If here I want to tell one more thing, sample size. the sample size is denoted by small n. That means number of elements in the sample is called sample size, that is denoted by small n. Small n. Okay. The samples are classified into two things: large sample and small sample. Okay. If the sample size small n is greater than or equals to 30, that is called large samples. If the sample size small n is greater than or equals to 30, then the sample is called large sample. Okay. If the sample size is less than 30, the sample size is less than 30, then the samples are called small samples. Small samples. Okay. Is it clear? These two things. If the sample size is greater than or equals to 30, then the sample is called large sample. If the sample size small n is less than 30, then the sample is called small sample. Small sample. Okay. In sampling with replacement and without replacement is there. Two things are there. Okay. When you are selecting the random sample, okay, with replacement and without replacement is there. First, we'll discuss what is the with replacement. In sampling with replacement, each member of the population may be chosen more than once. May be chosen more than once. Okay. That is called with replacement. Since the member is replaced in population. And all of you see the second point. Thus, the sampling from a finite population with replacement can be considered as sampling from finite population. Okay. Yeah, now we'll go to next one. Yeah, all of you see this point. Yeah, in sampling without replacement, an element of the population, okay, cannot be chosen more than once. Cannot be chosen more than once, as it is not replaced. Therefore, the sampling from a finite population without replacement can be considered as sampling from finite population only. Finite population. Yes, clear? Now, the next definition is statistic. The next definition is statistic. Yeah, statistic means any measures computed from sample observations. Any measures computed from sample observations are known as statistics. Are known as statistics. As mute yourself. Who is that guy? Yes, what happened? Who is that guy? If you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, fine. We'll continue. Here, for example, see here, for understanding, I will take a very small sample. Okay, the sample S contains some elements 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the sample contains 4 elements. Now I want to find out the mean. Okay, by using these elements, we are finding mean. The mean is denoted by x bar and variance is denoted by s square. Okay, these are the sample. Okay, we are finding these values by using the sample data. Okay, these x bar and mean are called statistic. Okay, statistic means we are finding some measures computed from the sample data or sample observations are known as statistics. Okay, see this example. Mean and variance. The sample mean is denoted by x bar. Okay, and sample variance is denoted by s square. These two are called statistic. These two are called statistic. Okay, and parameters. All of you see this one. The next definition is parameters. Okay, any measures computed from population observations. Population observations are known as parameters. Okay, the population mean is denoted by mu. Mu means population mean. Population mean. And here the population variance is denoted by sigma square. This is a printing mistake, not sigma as sigma square. Okay, sigma square is population variance. Okay, population variance. So don't get any confusion. Mu and sigma are population parameters, and x bar and s square, these are sample values. Okay, these are called statistic. As that point is clear, parameters and statistic. Has anyone respond in chat box? Yeah, next, all of you see the next definition, the sample mean. Okay, if x1, x2, x3, so on, xn are sample values. Okay, size n, n values are there. Then the sample mean is denoted by x bar is equals to sum of the elements by number of elements. This is a very simple definition. Okay, this equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so on plus xn by n elements are there. N elements. The value is called sample mean, that is denoted by x bar. That is denoted by x bar. Okay. Yeah, next all of you see the sample variance. S square is equals to summation I is equals to 1 to n xi minus x bar whole square by n minus 1. Okay, n minus 1. See here, xi means the sample element, x bar means sample mean. Okay, this is the variance formula. Okay, variance is denoted by S square. Variance. Okay, standard deviation. See, square root of variance. Standard deviation. I'll have to see this one. Standard deviation. Square root of variance. That is called standard deviation. Yeah, sampling distribution. Already explaining an example. The process. Okay. By using sample data, we are finding or we are estimating the population parameters. We are estimating the population parameters. That is called sampling distribution. Now, once all of you see in objective or in objective, they will ask this type of questions. If we draw a sample size small n from a given finite population of size capital N. Okay, the sample size is denoted by small n. This is the sample size. And the population size is denoted by capital N. Okay, then the total number of possible samples is NCN. As all of you remember this formula. After class, we'll conduct the one quiz. Okay. The population size is capital N and the sample size is small n. Then the total number of possible samples is NCN. That is equals to capital N factorial by small n factorial into capital N minus small n factorial. Okay. As all of you remember this formula. Okay, for each sample, we can calculate some statistic like mean and variance. Mean and variance. Okay. For each sample, you can calculate the mean and variance like that. The some statistic you can calculate for each sample. Okay, and the next definition is standard error. The next definition is standard error. The standard deviation of sampling distribution. The standard deviation of sampling distribution of statistic is known as its standard error, and it is denoted by S dot E. That means standard error. The standard error formula is, well, if you see, sigma by root n. Sigma by root n. What is the sigma? Yeah, anyone respond in chat box? What is the sigma? Yeah, variance of what? Population or sample? Standard deviation, actually, sigma's, yeah, population standard deviation. Sigma square is called as sigma square is called variance. Okay, sigma is there is a standard deviation. Okay, about population. These are about population. Okay, yeah, population standard deviation. Population standard deviation, right? Standard error formula is sigma by root n. Small n is sample size. What is the small n? Random sample size. Random sample size. Okay. Yeah, sample distribution of means. The next definition is sampling distribution of means. Okay, the probability distribution of X is called the sampling distribution of the mean. The sampling distribution of the mean. Yeah, once all of you see here, I will explain what is the sampling distribution of means. Okay. See here, some population is there. Is the population. Okay. Now I want to estimate population parameter mean mu. This one I want to estimate, but I can't take each and every element in population or observation. In such case, I'm taking some random samples. The sample S1, the sample S2, the sample S3. Like this one, I taken some random samples. From this, each random sample, you can get some mean, okay, and variance also you can get. From each random sample, you can get this one I can denote it by x1 bar. This is s1 bar, and this is from second random sample. The mean is denoted by x2 bar, and variance is denoted by s2 square. From third random sample, you can get one mean that is denoted by x3 bar, and we can get some variance that is denoted by s3 square. See here, what is our aim? We have to estimate the population parameter mu. To estimate this one, I'm using the random sample means. I'm using the random sample means. Okay, taken some random samples from population. By using that random sample data, for each random sample, you can get one mean like this one. Okay, by using these means, we are estimating the population mean. Mu we are estimating. The process is called sampling distribution of means. Sampling distribution of means. Okay, I hope all of you clear that one. When you are estimating population variance, see here, sometimes we want to estimate population variance, this one. Okay, in such case, I can use the random sample variance. By using the random sample variance, you can estimate the population variance also. In such a case, the process is called sampling distribution of variance. Okay, I hope all of you clear this one, right? When you are using random sample means and estimating population parameters, mu we are estimating. The process is called sampling distribution of means. Okay, sampling distribution of means. Yeah, now all of you see infinite population. Infinite population. Sampling is done with replacement. Okay, just all of you see these notations. For infinite population, the mean, this is the actual population parameter mean mu. This is, see here, mu suffix x bar. What is the meaning of that one? By using random sample means, we are estimated this one, population mean. There is a notation here. Okay, variance. I'll have to see here. By using random sample variance means variance, we find population variance. And the standard deviation is, this is the formula, sigma by root n. Sigma by root n. Okay. Yeah, all of you see for finite population. Finite population. Yeah, for finite population, the variance formula is, for finite population, I'll have to see that one, variance formula. Okay. Sigma square by n into capital N minus small n by capital N minus 1. Okay. Here all of you know that notation. Capital N is population size. Small n is random sample size. Sigma square is population variance. Okay. And the standard deviation is, this is the formula. Sigma suffix x bar is equals to sigma by root n into under root of capital N minus small n by n minus 1. N minus 1. And here, all of you remember, this is also important. Here, this term under root of capital N minus small n by n minus 1, that is called a finite population correction factor. What is a finite population correction factor? All of you see this one. Capital N minus small n by n minus 1 is called finite population correction factor. All of you remember that formulas. All of you see one example. You have one problem. Find the value of finite population correction factor. Finite population correction factor. Okay. For n is equals to small n equals to 10 and capital N is equals to 1000. Capital N is equals to 1000. Now just now we discussed population correction factor, that is capital N minus small n by capital N minus 1, right? Yeah, see the solution part. Okay, the population correction factor is okay, forget about this one, this is extra term. Correction factor is capital N minus small n by n minus 1. We know capital N and small n. Now substitute in this formula, then simplify, you can get the correction factor, the population correction factor. The population correction factor is, see here, we have to substitute capital N and small n and simplify that one. The correction factor is 0.991. 0.991. 0.991. That's clear. This example is clear. Very simple. They given capital N and small n. They are asking population correction factor. Okay, shall I move to next problem? Yeah, anyone respond in chat box? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, all of you see this second question or second problem. Okay, the variance of the population is 2. The variance of the population is 2. Okay, the variance of population, okay, 2. The size if the sample collected from the population is 169. Then what is the standard error of mean? The standard error of mean. First, we have to write the given data. See here, what is this? 2 is variance of population. The population variance is denoted by sigma square. Sigma square is equals to, here given that population variance sigma square is equals to 2. Then what is the standard deviation? Standard deviation is denoted by sigma square root of variance. That is sigma is equals to root 2. Root 2. And in the question they given that the sample size small n is equals to 169. And just now we discussed the formula, standard error formula. Okay, the standard error of means, the formula is sigma by root n. Sigma by root n. We know sigma value. Substitute in this formula and simplify, you can get the standard error. The standard error. Sigma value is 2, root 2 by under root n. All of you check this value is right or wrong. Root 2 by under root of 169. Yeah, once all of you check. As per that value is right. Yeah, anyone respond in chat box? Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, once all of you see, the next one is central limit theorem. Central limit theorem. Okay. Yeah, we have to remember this statement, central limit theorem. And sometimes in short questions, they will ask, define the central limit theorem or state the central limit theorem. In short questions, they will ask, okay, state central limit theorem. Okay, all of you see that statement. If x bar is the mean of random sample size n, okay, taken from a population, okay, finite variance sigma square, then the limiting from the distribution of is, all of you see this one, as n tends to infinity. As n tends to infinity. Okay, is the standard normal distribution. As for simply, I will tell this one, the central limit theorem. When the population size capital N is large, okay, large, and the sample size small n is also tends to infinity, okay. The distribution is reduced to standard normal distribution. See here, standard normal distribution. The population size is large, okay, and random sample size is also tends, this actually here random population size is large, okay. As n tends to infinity, the distribution tends to standard normal distribution, standard normal distribution, okay. Now once all of you see one problem on central limit theorem, okay. A random sample of size 100 is taken from an infinite population having mean 76, okay, and the variance 256. The question is, what is the probability that x bar will be between 75 and 78? Okay, they're asking question like this one, probability of 75 less than, okay, x bar less than 78. We have to find this probability. Okay, just now we saw that one definition, central limit theorem. Yeah, all of you see that one. Directly we can't find these probabilities. Okay, we have to convert into normal variate. Okay, the normal variate relation is z equals to x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. Sigma by root n. Okay. Yeah, all of you see that solution. They given that the sample size n is equal to 100. Okay, and the mean of population is 76. That means population means is denoted by mu, and variance is 256. This is also population variance, sigma square. From this one, what is the sigma? What is the sigma? Sigma is under root of 256, right? Under root of 256. Okay, by central limit theorem, we have, yeah, square root of that one, right? By central limit theorem, we have z is equals to, okay, x bar minus mu by sigma by root n. Sigma by root n. Yeah, 16, that's right. Okay, actually the question is, see this one. The question is, we have to find probability of 75 less than or equals to x bar less than or equals to 78. Okay, we have to compare with general notation. Okay, this is equals to, okay, x1 bar less than or equals to x bar less than or equals to x2 bar. X2 bar. Okay, here x1 bar is 75 and x2 bar is 78. As per normal distribution, we use the same thing, but instead of x here, x bar, instead of x bar, because by using random sample means we are estimating the population parameters, the population parameters. Okay, here same thing, we have to convert into z variables. Here z1 is equals to x1 bar minus mu. Okay, this is the x1 bar. Z1 is equals to x1 bar minus mu by sigma by root n. Okay, we know x1 bar. X1 bar is 75 and mu is 76. Substitute in this one, then simplify. You can get Z1. Okay, Z1. Z1 is minus 0.625. 0.625. Similarly, you can find out Z2. Okay, this is Z2, not Z1. When x bar is 78 or x2 bar, you can use this notation also. Okay, Z2 is x2 bar minus mu by sigma by root n. Yeah, in this formula, you can substitute that values. You can get Z2. Here Z2 is 1.25. Yeah, in this formula, we have to substitute x2 bar. X2 bar is 78. See here, 78. Okay, and mu is 76. Mu is 76. And sigma, we know that 16. And sample size is n. Simplify this one, you can get Z2. Z2 is 1.25. Okay, this probability can be written as, okay, probability of Z1 less than or equals to Z less than or equals to Z2. We know that Z1 value is minus 0.625. This probability can be written as probability of minus 0.625 less than or equals to Z less than or equals to Z2. Z2 value is 1.25. 1.25. By using normal distribution tables, we can find out this probability. Okay, you can find this probability. Yeah, you have normal distribution tables, then use that normal distribution tables, then you can find these probabilities. You can find that probabilities. Okay, yeah, see, this is a normal curve. Normal curve. See here, we require this shaded area. We required this shaded area. By using that normal distribution table, you can get these values. The probability value is 0.628. 0.628. Okay. Let's go. Okay, today class is over. These are the fundamentals in sampling distribution. Now we'll start the quiz. All of you attempt the quiz, then only you can get this class attendance. Let's go. Okay, clear? Now 2 minutes is there. After 2 minutes, we'll start the quiz. All of you write the quiz. Then only you can get attendance. Okay. Is all of you clear that point? If you have any doubts, you can ask.